Hey guys, this is A-Train. I'm here with the guys from Amity Affliction. It's the Vans Warped Tour 2015, brought to you by everybody and Peavey Electronics. We're just going to do some rundown on some gear and what's up with the guys lately. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. So one of the overwhelming questions I've gotten is a lot of people want to know, how did you get started as a player? How did you get started as a musician?
I think, for me, I was forced into it. Sort of. My dad I think I must have been wasting too much time around the house, and he said, I'm going to make you do something. So here's a guitar, and he shoved it in my face, taught me how to play Smoke on the Water wrong, and that's where I started. I was about 8, now I'm 28, so 20 years later, still kicking on, but that's where I started. And, did a few lessons at the start, but mainly just taught myself and went from there, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, for me it was all my friends got instruments before I did, so just like seeing them get into it really got me excited about it, and then just getting into bands, going out and watching them, I just got really excited for the live show vibes. So I was like, all right, I need to start doing that, Think about 12 years old I started playing guitar, so after that it was all set up, just kept playing.
So how did you get started with Peavey? How did you first learn about Peavey?
I had friends, a few older friends. I grew up in punk hardcore scene, and they had bands and they knew more about us, and they were out touring, and I was still in high school, or junior high school I guess you guys call it, and they were starting heavier bands, and they needed that heavier sound, and obviously Peavey's the first place to go, I think. It's just, everyone uses them for a reason, and I thought, I want that. So when I started getting out of the punk bands and more into the heavier style, went straight for one of those, and I haven't gone back. I've got a lot of friends that have gone around the track with all the Line 6 pedals and the other things. I'm not sure if I'm meant to say other brand names, but they go through all these other brands and they try all this stuff, and everyone comes back to a Peavey because it's just rock solid. You can't mess around with it. So that's why I went there, and that's why I stayed, for sure.
Yeah, and for me it was just a lot of the bands that I was really into when I first started being able to afford buying my own gear and stuff like that. They were all had that signature Peavey sound, all using either 5150s or stuff like that. So just seeing them just produce these amazing records and all these sounds and stuff like that, I was like, that's what I'm gonna go for. And then once I got it, you just fall in the perfect tone, and then like you said, you can't. You just go right back to it. Even if you want to jump off and explore other things, it's always the best one to come back to. So
good.
Yeah.
So what about now? What are you using in your rig now?
We're both on 6505 plus.
Yep.
And that's kind of all we do. We run a noise gate through. I've got it in the fixed loop on mine because I like to have a bit more gain and it keeps the head quiet. But we're quite happy. We're pretty basic. We've got a lot of backing keys and stuff that we have on computers, so we're basically there to beef it up.
Yeah.
And so no distortion pedals. I was running one for a little while, but I've got a delay and a reverb in the front with some pedals that I have, and just the tones on the amp. I don't really mess around with it, except for that little gate.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep it quiet because the breakdowns, we want to have that dead silence in the middle, and it cuts it off. And it's a good little trick.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and same for me, just nothing but noise suppressor for me. It's all basically all there for you, if you're not doing any sort of effects or anything. It's just not much need for anything else, And
I only use the delay and reverb on my clean channel too, so the heavy channel is fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't need anything else with it, I don't think. Just to get that softer kind of sound with the reverb on the clean channel. That's the only thing I do. So it's pretty simple. We're pretty basic for sure.
Good. Well, there you got it. The Amity Affliction. If you don't get a chance to see them, make a chance to see them. Make it out there. Thank you very much.
Right now is the ocean deep. I am now my friend, and now my heart does say.